Well, good day there. It's VindaCator here from iPlayMore.com. Quick reminder to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and sign up for our video game test at iPlayMore.com. So I'm the game designer developer for a game called Thunder. And so I decided that we're going to set this date, July 7th. We do have a programmer working with us. And, you know, the reality is we need to get the devices working, the scepters working. And probably need more than one programmer working on this stuff. I was hoping to have 3. But, yeah, it's a difficult thing. Anyways, there is the island. That's the world that we're going to create for this first game. We're going to start here with Bear Isle and move into Forever, Eternal, then do Sun, then do Excalibur, then do Intrepid. And we'll see how far we get, and hopefully we'll get to the Brood side, which is the Abyss Isle. But what I'm going to show you today is Bear Isle. We've got this square, kind of drawing it with my mouse here, developed. We've got to do the rest, and we've got to take the island down to the ocean all the way around. We'll get the ocean in, but it's way down below because we're floating way up high. This is the development that we did. So let's show you the Brood. This is some concept art that we have coming up. So this is Balaam, done by Patrico. And so you see on the left side there, that's what the character's going to look like in the game. Now, it's interesting. I just went through the publisher presentation, and the latent abilities I keep talking about, I'm like saying, that's in 2.0. So I'm like, oh boy, that's like a long ways away. Anyways, so on the right, you see the manifestation of his latent ability. I'm not going to talk about that much, but that's something that that's really cool that happens in our game. And Patrico also did Suiel, so another one of the Brood. And then Luciano did Cephlatus, and we had he's so used to doing the T-pose models, you know, the stiff model type thing, and I was like, no, I want an action image. So this is something that I kind of figured out after we did our first project, that you know, concept art is great for designing the characters, but these action images, this is just concept art you're looking at. But these action images really help us place where the character is in the world and all that kind of stuff. So this was kind of cool. He's kind of developing the Dragonian, which if we go back to the map here real quick, you can see is over here. And so we're kind of a long ways away from developing that. So I'm trying to get everything lined up so we're developing what's next. Because this is, I mean, you've heard of foreshadowing. This is probably a little too foreshadowed. And then we have the kin. So you have a choice to play as the Brood or the kin in the game. And so this was done by Andrea. And so he did the pencil for this. This is when I was still talking about action images, and I wanted to see what the game's going to look like with the scepter in the left hand and the device on the right forearm. And so he drew this up, but he didn't ever color it. So we gave it to Maria. She's one of our new concept artists, and she did all the coloring for that. And then, this is kind of sad, Scott Clark from DC Comics jumped in and developed Zachariel, our lead character, for us. This was the very first image he ever did, but he didn't color it. Actually, he did color it, but he didn't finish it. And so instead of trying to patch it up or whatever, I just gave Maria the pencil that he did, and she finished it, you know, gave him legs. He didn't have legs, he didn't have wings. So she did all that and then colored it. And then she did Samara all by herself. So that's why it looks a little different. Now let's talk about some thrones. This is kind of some exciting stuff that we got happening. I was looking through my images and I saw this. I think next week I'll break out this is a massive image. This is how the 3D guys make the stuff. So you do the drawings as concept arts, and then the 3D guys have these views, and then what you get is pretty much exactly what the concept is. So it's great. But so this is what we have in the game right now. We've got the lightning thrones. Next week we'll be putting in the Brood and kin fire thrones, so in the middle there. And then we'll be working on the ice thrones for both sides, and then the storm thrones. So I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get into the game, but just to let you know, now Watch this YouTube video. Absolutely brilliant, because the guy says, you know what's happening. He says you're bringing, you know, over the years of development, you're bringing all these people in, and they have a little bit of interest, and then they disappear when you release your game. Where are they? How do you reach them? And his whole thing was to use Discord. So we don't have this set up yet, but yes, this is our Discord channel. I've made that link so it'll never expire, so you can go to that anytime. So Discord's a little strange because it gives you a link. Yes, you can put it into a web browser. That does work, and then you have to sign up for Discord. But if you have Discord, launch it, and then when you add a new room, if you're not in iPlayMore already, then go to discord.gg/TSAJ7XC, and that'll bring you directly into our Discord. And then we're going to set that up the way that we've been advised on this really cool video from another small developer, so it's great. And in our Discord, you can earn, I'm going to say exclamation mana. I don't know exactly how we're going to do all this stuff, but we do have a system there that you can earn mana. And if you subscribe to me on Twitch right now, you'll be earning mana as well for the subscription and for watching. So again, the reminder to sign up for our video game test of Thunder. So there you go. All right. So here we are. We're looking at in Unreal Engine 4. This is the development. You can see my little thing here I can open up, and you can see it says the version of the game. So we're gonna just jump in. I'm trying to get the music a little louder. I think I might have accomplished that. So we got time of day in, so you can see that we've got this glorious early morning glow. Oh, I might have to turn Angry Bot back on, guys. It's been a while. They don't like us guys that only stream once a week. It's waiting on Henry. Now it's waiting for me to go turn it back on. Sorry, I will do that after the stream. All right. So, you know, 7 months in our real, very small, unfunded team. This is what we've been able to pull together. We don't have any programming in here other than what we've done ourselves, which is this kind of thing. And so I wanted to do this last week around... Oh, I got to turn my camera on. Excuse me. Well, I just turned my camera on. Wave hello. Oh, it's... I moved. Let's see. There. It's always like one of those half spaces or whatever. Well, the other thing I've been noticing too is, let's just see with my video here. Oh, okay, I'll try that later. I'll get back in the game. It gets a little laggy when I'm out of it. And just to say that this runs perfectly smooth on this PC. The stream does seem to be a little laggy. I'm going to try to move my head slower. So this is a shrine. These things will go to level 2, level 3 when you hang around them. That's the pet pill showing back up there. Yeah. And I got all that stuff so I can pick it up now, which is so cool. All right. So this is a shrine. It'll go to level 2, it'll go to level 3. And on top is going to be a letter when we lock. So I'm on the kin right now. This is kind of how we have things set up. That's why I always start on this side. So this is a rare shield. And like I said, I got everything I can pick up. Doesn't do anything yet. That's if the programmers come in, but we'll get to that. So I'm capturing my own throne here. Just going to run through the gameplay a little bit here, guys. Oh. Good question. So question on YouTube. For the past few videos, I tried to... Oh, wait, this is not... Yeah, Henrique, that's not going to work until I go turn the bot back on. That's a funny thing about the bots. I think what they do is they turn them off after a while to save server stuff, so... I'm noticing my camera is not lined up here very well. Oh, I'm trying to turn my head. Okay, give me a second here. Let's just see if I can fix that. There. Okay, so I'm going to read this YouTube He says, yo, for the past few videos, I tried to join the Discord server, but it says the link has expired. But I tried right now, it didn't work. Now, the thing is I did take that link and type it in and just into the internet, and it worked. I didn't try it in Discord, though, because I'm already in it. You don't need anything. You should be able to join our general room. We'll look into that. So this is all, you know, look at this stuff is all very early stage. Okay, so I'm kind of messing up here. This is a race to capture your own throne. We have some potential executive producers that are going to be watching this. Some might drop in today. So hello. And I really find that trying to produce the game and try to be, you know, the CEO and raise the money and do all that kind of stuff is a lot. So, you know, this game, it seems like no matter how much I cut things back and try to simplify things, it's a complicated process. You know, making games, that's the way it is. So I'm just going to roll my mouse wheel so that my HUD shows up. You can see I got 17 throne strikes. I guess I was sitting there for a while yapping. So the fountain will take 2. And I've created a stronghold. Now this is a, whoops. That's a pretty powerful device. So on these devices we have a thing called recoil. I'm just going backwards as fast as I can. We got to just touch up some gravity stuff. There's a lot to do here. Remember, this is just a prototype. A little square on the ground of the game that we want to create. And we don't have, I should say we have an active programmer. So now I'm taking the enemy's throne here. And I'm facing backwards because there's a interesting little glitch with the characters we have here. And this throne cap is getting a little glitched. Anyways, we'll have the programmers look into that. Just gonna show the game
of dominations.
Show the gameplay first. So I'm being declared as the king because I've captured 2 thrones. We've got a stronghold because we've taken throne energy to the fountain. And what the fountain does is it's leveling up your energy. And I just want to kind of explain this. I don't know if you've ever played Unreal, where the version of the game that's multiplayer, where you're linking from your side to the enemy side. I really like that. I played a lot of that. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So now all I need to do is touch my own throne. And I've created an empire. And I'm in the waterfall. Now understand that this is a multiplayer game. That'll be hard to do when you got 16 on 16 players inside here. But all this stuff, it's one of our rare devices, are all now pick-upable. Is that even a word? Pick-upable? I can pick them up. And get stuck under the walkway. All right. So, whoops. Now I'm stuck in the river. Now I use too much recoil. This device will have to be adjusted a little bit. It's actually working a little wonky. Let's just switch to... There we go. Pull myself back down here. All right. So, now you see in my right hand I've got a device, which is kind of cool, and I've got a scepter, which isn't working. So how do you make the scepter work? Well, you hire a programmer. No, I'm just joking. That's new. That's telling us and confirming the potato gun fixes everything. Yeah, I don't know. You have to talk to that Henrique guy. I can't get him to make a potato gun. I've asked him. All right, so what's going to happen here is, so I'm going to roll my mouse here again. You see I got 20 throne energy. As long as I got 4, I'm going to be able to look down. I'm going to have, you remember in Skyrim where you could go up, down, left, or right to make a choice? So we're going to have that. And you're going to see these icons. So if you want this lightning icon, you'll just mouse over it, and that'll place this throne. You'll have a throne, a lightning throne icon. Oh yeah, look at time of day is going by. There's our sun. I like how that's glinting too. See, I never got to see that before. Anyways. Now, what's that right there? Let's just do a zoom in here. That is a foreshadow because Henrique is going, and he got all this stuff done this week, which is great. Next week, we are going to have 2 new thrones. We're going to have the Kin Fire Throne and the Kin Brood, the Brood Fire Throne. Yeah, I've well rehearsed this. It's all new, guys. So we haven't even, this is, what I'm showing you here has never been tested. This wasn't even a part, it was a little tiny bit of a part of our first prototype, but I did a lot of game design since that time. You can see my thrones floating up and down just a little bit here. So you're going to be able to place these in 3D space, and what that's going to give you, so I'm on a throne, so I have no recoil, so that means that this recoil device is not going to push or pull me. And luckily it doesn't, otherwise I look funny. And what that's going to do is, now that I'm on this lightning throne, my scepter is going to work on my left mouse. So when I fire left, I've got a scepter. When I fire right, I don't have a mouse. Sorry, I don't have a scepter. Oh, man. I'm thinking about all kinds of stuff. So the devices are what we are working on now. Hopefully next week we'll have some of that programming done, so there's going to be a difference between the right and left fire. If you ever played Unreal, that's where, you know, they have a right and left fire. I really like that idea. So now that I've gone through a bit of the gameplay, let's show you some of the cool stuff. So we'll start with the old stuff. Still looks gorgeous. So it's funny because last week I was in the wrong version of the map. I'm like, where did that shield go I just put in here? Here it is. So this is the rare shield. So if I'm going to roll my mouse wheel, you see at the very bottom, that kind of greenish one with lots of colors. Well, that's the rare one. The top one is the black and white, which is this guy, shield. Then you have the blue, which is this one. And then you have the red, which is this one. I guess we should put all that stuff in the same order. That would be cool. I never think about stuff like that. All right. And then the energy. So let's show the devices here. Okay. Hey, I'm pushing the right buttons today. So this is your agony. So on YouTube, I would like to know, what do you think about voice chat? Do you think it's a good feature for the game to be able to communicate? Think it's better than writing? Absolutely. The problem with voice chat is you get a bunch of morons with bad microphones and they're making fart sound. It's just, I play a lot of games with that kind of stuff. And so, yes, I agree. It's way better than typing. I have the problem where I'm like trying to tell my team something and I make a typo and then I'm going backwards and then I'm typing again. And it's just so much easier to push the button and just say it while you're still moving around in the game. So I do. Okay, which do you think is more distracting while focusing on the game, writing or talking? Obviously writing. All right. Okay, so here's our agony. Now, the other thing about the agony, now we don't have any of this working yet. I'm just talking concepts here. I'm the game designer. So when you right-click, not only is that going to fire your agony, it's going to fire a tie bond, which is going to connect to you. And if you can find a new player, somebody level 10 or less, when you connect to the new player, just by shooting at them, your own teammate or an enemy, doesn't matter. Well, enemy, it won't be the same. Teammate will share the shields. You're going to get a benefit of their 150% shield boost. So people are going to be looking for the new players. And so that's some of the game design. We've got a lot of kind of cool things like that in the game. So anyway, so this is your dark energy, which goes with this device. Then we have the rapid impact. See, this is all out of order too. I wonder if Henrique did this. That would make sense if it's out of order if he did it. Haha, he did it. So there's your shallot energy or white energy, and this is what this guy looks like. And he's got that awesome rocket damage, rocket jump with no splash damage. I don't know why I'm putting two things together today. It's one of those days. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. All right, let's move on. So the next one is the Wolverine, and so that's the Kadesh energy, red energy. And that's the shield that protects it from it. And that's got a little bit of recoil when you're up in the air. It's got a lot more, but it's kind of a low recoil device. Some people like that kind of thing, and It also looks cool. All right, so this is just new. This got in last week, the week before, I guess. I'm gonna fire it because people tell me to, but it's not. It's supposed to be like a grenade, right? But it just shoots forever. Watch this. Goodbye. See you later. Okay, anyways, we'll fix that. That'll bounce around. It's actually called the bouncer, and the right click is going to be a stinger, which is like a a mine. But the cool thing about our mine is you can stack them. So if you want to sit there and stack 100 of them, when the enemy comes along, it's going to be 100 times more powerful. So I don't know if I don't think I've ever stacked 100, so maybe I shouldn't say that. So if you want to stack 10 of them, yeah, there you go. So that's the energy for that, and the shield as well. Now, then we move into the hog. Hog is our wonderful blue device. Here's the energy for it. And this is the shield that protects you. And its companion, the H2O, which is like a squirt gun. So water, it's going to be water on the left and icicles on the right like a minigun. And again, the blue shield and the blue energy. Then we get to our rare devices. I always hate when I show this one because it's got all these effects on it and you can't see any of them. So that'll happen. Again, programmers. So that's the energy for it, and that is the shield for it. And these things have, like, I don't know, a whole bunch, like, especially the water stuff. It's got a whole bunch of sounds, dripping sounds, all kinds of stuff. None of that is working yet. All right. And then one of the newest devices. Now these are jet matrix devices, so you'll actually float when you have this out and you start pushing your left and right button. You'll begin to float around. It's a new idea, never been done before, not even our last game. So we'll be working on that as well. Hopefully that's not a big issue, but as a game designer, I like to design the things that I want. So hopefully that's what you want as well. Anyways, let's rock and roll. So here is that device. Now, again, there's no special effects. There's no animation. Those blades are going to spin. But at least I got the right sound working, huh? All right, so let's talk about power-ups. And I just picked one up by mistake. So we'll just wait 15 seconds. It's going to come back. So I went around and made sure that everything in the game now is stuff you can pick up. And there it comes. All right, so this is freedom. This is what gives you the ability to do this. Imagine I've got wings. I didn't go to the very top, but you get the idea. So freedom is going to give you the ability to do that. This is not width. That'll make me invisible. This is notch up. Now, all of these are on a system where you can pick them up and delay them. So notch up's going to fill up my shields and my energy. And you see on my device, right at the very top, there's that little screen. And so that'll be the energy reel. Again, programmers. So this is notability. This is 5 times damage. There is no other game out there with that. I mean, they can't because they have 100 health. We can do it because we have all these shields. And so when you pick this up, unlike quad damage in Quake, or unlike U damage in Unreal, they're on right away. And of course, everybody scatters when they hear that you picked it up. But with ours, you can pick it up and not talk to anybody and get into a big battle and then turn it on, pause it when they leave. It's pretty cool. This is return. Now, we never got this into the prototype. This was kind of an idea I had at the end of our last prototype. And that's that if I pick this up and I have one of those, then if I ever get banished to the pit, I can use it to escape. Now, these aren't going to all this stuff isn't going to be sitting like this. It's going to be much more like this on the paths. And I'm going to show you what the ruckus are going to be like. The game doc calls for us to do push G, which we don't have working yet. Do we? No. Push G, and that does a gesture. And when the gestures reach a random certain number, then all those ruckus are going to fall from the sky. And what are they going to look like when they're on the ground? Well, they're going to look like that. So you're going to have to run around off the tracks all over the place to find these things wherever they happen to fall. And it will be totally randomized. So the power-ups will not be we call those ruckus. Those power-ups won't be all the time. Where's my flowers? I spent all this time on these beautiful flowers. And then you go whipping through the level and you don't even notice. Alright, this is the shrine. Chest. The chest is actually going to be opening your inventory. And when you back away, your inventory will close. It's a very simple system. And when this opens, on my screen will open the inventory. And then I'm going to have some mouse control in there to do the things that I need to do. So that's the design idea. And for now, I just did this fun little thing where I put mini power-ups in there to pick up. This, how do you tell a story in a first-person shooter? Well, this is how you do it. So the NPCs, the characters from each map will be around here. They'll gather around here. And you'll be playing the game. You'll be going, what is this I just found? And if you hang out here, you'll hear the story. And the story is going to be from all the different characters. So you'll never hear the same story twice or told the same way. We'll just kind of do some stuff with the voice team, and it'll just roll. So there you go. Will there be emotes in the game, like dance? And if there will be, how will you be able to see your character dancing? Excellent question. I'm going to just answer that with a thing that I saw many, many years ago. It's like, how do you see your own character in a first-person shooter, right? Now, there's a couple ways you could do it. So let's just say I push G for gesture, and my character's dancing. Well, we could pull the camera out to a third viewpoint. The other way is, I was playing a first-person shooter years ago, and they put a mirror in there. So you'd go stand in front of the mirror, and then you'd do all your gestures and your movements and stuff like that, and, duck and all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, we don't have duck yet. And you would see your character in the mirror. So there's two ways we could do it like that. All right, so we're on the Brood side. All of this textures here on both Kin and the Brood. So I'll go to a recoil device. And these are no recoil things. And you see, as soon as I jump, oops. As soon as I jump, I've got recoil. So it's kind of a cool thing. Oh, I pushed the wrong one. All right. So let's go have a look. This is the Brood throne. So the Brood have their own icon. So you're going to be able to tell. Let's just do a test here. I haven't even done this yet. So let's say I'm on the ground looking up. And if I zoom, I can definitely see that's a lightning icon. And you can see the little teaser icon there for the fire. So let's go up to the throne here. Have to do it in 2 jumps. I missed one. That's another little thing that we're going to fix is the jump. I mean, think about it. If you got wings, you'd be able to jump in the air. But we have to figure that out. Okay, where it is? There it is. So that's where the Brood throne is going to be, the fire throne. So those will be coming next week. So make sure you turn in and see. And away you go. And again, no recoil on the thrones. Thrones are going to be giving me throne energy. We don't have all that stuff hooked up yet. So we're going to do devices first, then thrones, and then gameplay, and then multiplayer. So you guys will be in here with us, and we'll get this all sorted out. And again, I want to say that if you see any sort of lag or whatever, that is just video lag. This is smooth as silk on my PC here, and everything's cranked up to epic. So it's running good. Again, this is just a prototype. We still have to go through and optimize everything. So that's some of the things that get done. But we're not quite at that stage. So we're coming into 12 minutes left in the gameplay. All the timing and stuff are things that we need to do. You see the sun is setting, the sky is getting nice and sunsetty. I guess the word is ruddy. I never liked that word for red. And some little secrets up here in the mountains. I share with my viewers. Everybody else will have to find out on their own. And we make it, well, you can see that, or we just have the square. This will be all extended into the realm. I read your comments, guys. I'm just laughing. Okay, another little secret up here. I don't need those things. But of course, if I was being shot, and you can imagine that in a game with 16 on 16, there is going to be a lot of people here. And so you'll be able to have your throne strikes even remote. So if I placed a bunch of thrones and then I'm up here and some guys running across the train there. So, and we still have lots to do. These devices have to be fixed up. We still have to do hit effects. We have to do muzzle flash. Oh, look at the sky. So we're starting to lose our red now. I don't know if you can see that, but there's stars coming out. Got 11 more minutes. So it's kind of cool. It's going to be a lot more cool when everybody's in here. But, you know, the programmers, we've been talking, and everybody feels that multiplayer, you know, why put you guys in here without the devices working? Why put you in here without the scepters working? And I absolutely agree with that. And then there's some gameplay things, like when the game ends, we need score screens and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, it's all in our list of things to do. We've got an interactive online list. It's called Hack and Plan. So it's great. Oh, you make me laugh. All right, now you can clearly see the stars. Oh yeah, I see the leaves coming off that tree too. I did that a long time ago. I actually forgot that I did that. Kind of cool. All the little things you rarely notice. Now this is Bear Isle. It wouldn't be complete without having a couple of golden bears on it, which are grizzlies. There's gonna be one here. Taking the honey from the bees. And then there's one here in the river catching fish. And they don't like it when you go too close. We don't have the models in yet, just the sounds. Once we get this done, they'll be like NPCs. They'll be traveling around. So I don't know what. Okay, I'm going to teach myself not to go this way anymore. Let's go this way. Now, you're not going to be full of everything like I am. Oh, I didn't show the pit yet. Okay, let's do the whole pit thing. So in our game, you know, honestly, death makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense in PUBG where you die and you literally have to leave the game and restart it. That makes sense. But in Thunder, we have a fate much worse than death, and that's called being banished. And so I looked at that mountain. I thought, man, what a great thing to spawn people inside that mountain and then have them fall. I'm doing it too fast. Fall down to the bottom. And then that they can come out through this fountain. So it was just a concept. And we drew it up. Took a few tries. And then it was really exciting, and it happened. Switch to my recoil device. So we're underneath that mountain right now. We're actually way down below the map. All right, so you're going to spawn here, be dropped into the pit. Now we need to do some lighting here. This is just being lit by the top of the world, by the sun, which is weird. But we have to figure out how to block all that. So you're going to fall in here. I think you fall somewhere like here. And it's like, where am I? What's going on? Now, if there's enemies here, This is going to be a very terrible place to be because you have no shields and you're going to be banished. So imagine that I've been banished. I have no shields. All I've got is this claw. And all I can do is just a little tiny bit of flight. Like that fast. It's not spinning. It's not programmed. And then you've got to go up this ramp. There's going to be other ways out, but right now this is it. This is Pit 1.0. We're going to do 2.0. I don't know, about 4 weeks or something like that. And then that'll connect all of the castle and the fortress and all kinds of underground stuff. There'll be another shrine. So if you're having some problems, you're going to spawn at different spots. We'll sort all that out. Now, talking about old video games, if you remember, there's a very old arcade game called, whoa, I almost fell off. Yeah, that's the scary thing. You don't want to fall off because then you got to start over again. Called Donkey Kong. And in Donkey Kong, I can't remember who it is. Is it the Donkey Kong that throws the... Anyways, he throws these barrels at you and you've got to jump over them. Well, you can see here, these are going to be rolling down the path. We've got the animation. We don't have the path yet. Again, this is a programmer thing. These are PEP. And I've got everything so you can pick it up now. It's not functioning yet, but it will be. PEP increase your movement speed 0.1. And so you can pick up 30 of these guys maximum. And if you were coming up this path, you would not be doing this. You would be doing the Donkey Kong thing, which is jumping over top of them as they came down. Oh, I picked one up by mistake. And this is a PEP plant. It's going to be producing the PEP. You can see it there. And then it's going to roll down the path. And if you get too many of these, you're going to have a hard time going up there. It's one of our old techniques we use for the bit. I've got everything so you can pick it up now. All right, so there's the pit. There's the pit. It's going to run some paths. This also kind of reminds me of some classic video games. You know, like Sonic, where you're running on the paths and picking stuff up. Of course, that's 2D. This is 3D. Oh, and I didn't show the rare. Okay, well, we won't worry about that today. So, I think that's all I need to do today. So what we need to do is shift gears. There is a lot that you can do. We've done all of this vegetation. We've done the map. We've done the art and textures. We've done the 3D models. That's all stuff that we can do. The programming, the fundraising, all those kind of things. I mean, I'm doing some things like, you know, I work my butt off to do these little things so that you can pick these up. But I'm just copying other people. I'm not a programmer. I wouldn't know how to do that from scratch in this game engine. So what the plan is to bring in an executive producer and somebody with a lot of experience has brought a lot of games to market. And we'll probably bang heads a bit because they're going to have their way of doing things, and we're very unique with this game, which I want to try to maintain. Try to keep it as the game that I would love to play and that kind of stuff. Let's go up and look at the volcano. Since Tadukin's here. This is always a highlight of Tadukin's life. I can't make it in one jump. I have to do two. Now, in our game, I mean, right now there's no damage, but in our game, you're going to be able to go in here. Oh, it's dark down here. And I've never ever seen that before. This is a byproduct. Henrik, you probably don't even know this. This is a byproduct of these lighting effects that he's done. There we got out. And again, the gravity is a little slow. We're not sure why that is. You'd think a lot of things would be normal. Maybe it's something we change. I'm not sure where that is. I didn't have anything to do with that. But anyways, I have 2 more minutes, and then this is going to freeze up. Normally 2 minutes, and it would come to the end screen and show everybody's stats. But we don't have that working yet. I also did a little bit of a new song mix today, just to give people a little different test or example of the music that goes with the game. Been really busy before my last broadcast to do that sort of thing. So, and just to explain, why do we have the scepter? Let's explain that. So in our first game, Prince of Thunder, the programmers removed the restrictions and said, hey, there's restrictions on this game engine. I'm going to remove them. You guys do a test. So we did a test, and it was a lot more fun. But the problem was when it's a first-person shooter and your device takes that long to move that far, and people are moving really fast, it's very hard to shoot them. So the programmer said, oh, do you want me to put the restrictions back on? I said, no, let me design around it. And that's where I came up with the idea of putting the scepter in the left hand, cast lightning, freeze somebody for a few seconds, and you've got all this shield, so it's not that big of a deal, but somebody's taking your freedom away. It's a player, not the game, which is kind of cool. And so that's the way I designed this. So you have a ton of freedom, and it's exciting, and away you go. Okay, so I'm going to lock up here in 45 seconds. So I'm just going to push my escape bar. Watch the sky. We're going to go from this night, the sun's starting to set, to daytime again, because that's the sun's just normally set in the middle of the sky. So I'm getting a little bit of, we've got shadows on. We had shadows off for a while, but we put shadows back on, and so my frames are dropping a bit, but again, this is not optimized. So, but there you go. So we've got our power-ups in. We've got a programmer working on devices. Hopefully next week we'll begin to show some of that stuff. And then I want to bring some more people in. But I think the big key here is let's switch from being this bootstrap startup into being a fully funded... and I don't know, I use the word indie lightly because I don't really... we are an independent studio, of course. But I see a lot of stuff that indies are doing. It's great. Fantastic. I love what they're doing. But at the same time, we don't want to be at that level. We're trying to do a AAA game. And so that's what we'd like to finance. Anyways, so I think that's going to solve a lot of problems. Instead of trying to bring programmers in, pre-funding. And I think that's the move we got to make. So anyways... this is the video for those people to look at and see what we've got done so far. Again, this is just a prototype, 7 months in on the Unreal game engine, and we're pretty happy with it. I wish there was some more programming. Hey, I wish we were doing multiplayer. I wish I wasn't yapping here. I wish we were playing together. It would be great to be broadcasting and have you guys fly around in here and stuff. That is coming. And so let's just jump back to that really quickly. So what was our date? Let's see if I can find it. There it is. So July 7th, that's the target date. I pushed it out a bit. And we've got a couple sets of programmers that believe that they can do that. Although everybody says, let's get the other things working first. And I agree. In fact, I felt that way, but I just, multiplayer just seemed to be such a big thing to overcome. So anyways, let's go back to the end here. And sign up for a video game test of Thunder at iPlayMore.com. So if you haven't done that yet, go visit. If you're not sure if you've done it, go visit, put your name in, and it'll tell you if you already signed up. So there you go. If you got an email from me today about this, then you're already signed up. So I sent that out to the testers. We're using a new service, and it seems to be working well. So anyways, that's all I'm going to do for today. Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, all that stuff, and away you go. You want the Discord link. Let me just see if I can do that. Did you try this one? I'm going to send this to you on YouTube. Log in to reply? Oh boy. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on there. I tested this. This is working. You know what? Let's just do it live. Let's do it live. All right. So I'm just going to open up a web browser here. And I'm going to type discord.gg/T, small s, small a, capital J, 7x. Okay, that is typed into my browser. I'm going to bring it over here. And it deleted it. Why did it delete what I typed? All right, we'll try that again. So there you go. Oh, I'm typing it in the wrong kind of browser though. See, it doesn't remember me here. All right, let's try it. Let's try Google. It's gonna have a million tabs open. All right. Okay, I gotta be able to see what I don't know how you guys function on one monitor. It just drives me crazy. J7XC. Okay, I'm going to bring it over. Oh, look at that. Google didn't wipe it out. There you go. And I'm in the iPlayMore room. And I can see my stream right there. So this does work. Confirmed. So yeah, check that out. And we're going to do some stuff in Discord that's going to be kind of cool. Haven't got to that yet. But anyways, that is going to end it now for me. It's VindaCator saying thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, all that good stuff. And that says underneath my face, you can earn mana. I just realized I'm covering that up. Well, I'll just undo it for a sec. There we go. So it's VindaCator saying thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you next week at 3 p.m. Pacific again. And hopefully be showing off a little bit of code. We're going to have a couple more thrones. So little by little. Hey, and then once we're finance, man, this team's going to grow. And this is going to get big and fast. And I don't even know if I'll have time to show everything off every week. Maybe just the top stuff. But right now, we're showing everything off. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. It's VindaCator and I am out.